The Pentagon has just greenlit a major military reinforcement in the Middle East, and it's happening right now amid the escalating war with Iran. Breaking news out of Washington. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has approved the urgent deployment of a full Marine Expeditionary Unit, or MEU, along with additional warships to the region. We're talking roughly 2,200 to 2,500 battle-ready Marines, plus the amphibious assault ship USS Tripoli, redirected from Pacific duties, and elements of an amphibious-ready group that could push the total U.S. naval and Marine presence even higher. This move comes straight from a request by U.S. Central Command, or CENTCOM, as Iran ramps up its aggressive campaign in the Strait of Hormuz, that narrow, ultra-critical choke point where about 1/5 of the world's oil flows every single day. For nearly 2 weeks now, the US and Israel have been hammering Iranian targets under Operation Epic Fury, a massive air and missile campaign that kicked off around late February 2026. Tehran has hit back hard, launching drones, missiles, and direct strikes on commercial shipping. Tankers have been attacked, some vessels are stranded, mines have been laid, and traffic through the strait has been severely disrupted. The result? Global oil prices spiking toward $100 a barrel and energy markets on edge worldwide. Officials are framing this Marine deployment primarily as a show of force, bolstering rapid response options, protecting freedom of navigation, escorting tankers if needed, and deterring Iran's small boat swarms, coastal missile threats, or further mining attempts. The 31st MEU, embarked on the USS Tripoli, is trained for exactly these kinds of expeditionary ops, including amphibious landings and securing key maritime terrain. Some analysts are already speculating about bigger possibilities. Could U.S. forces move to seize strategic spots like Karg Island, Iran's main oil export terminal, or nearby islands to reopen the strait by force? Others point out this gives Washington serious flexibility for limited ground interventions without committing to a full-scale invasion. The conflict is now deep into its second week, with relentless airstrikes on Iranian military sites and infrastructure. While Iran continues counterstrikes against shipping and regional targets, the situation remains extremely fluid and extremely high stakes. Stay tuned for updates as this develops. What do you think? Deterrence or the prelude to something bigger? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button if you're following this story, and subscribe for the latest on global flashpoints. Breaking developments in the escalating US-Iran conflict, codenamed Operation Epic Fury. Iran has just delivered a major blow to American air power in the region. According to multiple reports, including from the Wall Street Journal citing US officials, Iranian missiles slammed into Prince Sultan Air Base in Saudi Arabia in recent days, and the target? 5 US Air Force KC-135 Stratotanker aerial refueling aircraft, parked right on the ground. These massive tankers are absolutely vital. They keep fighter jets, bombers, and surveillance planes in the air for hours during intense operations against Iran. Losing even a few can seriously disrupt the entire air campaign. Now, here's the key detail. The planes were hit and damaged, but not completely destroyed. US sources confirm they're already undergoing repairs. And crucially, no casualties. No lives lost in this specific strike. This comes just days after another heartbreaking incident. A separate KC-135 crashed in western Iraq, killing all 6 crew members on board. That crash was not combat-related according to CENTCOM, but it still dealt a heavy blow to the tanker fleet that Iran's retaliatory strikes are ramping up, hitting U.S. assets and allies across the Middle East as the war enters its third week. Prince Sultan Air Base has been a key hub for American refueling ops since the campaign kicked off on February 28th. Some headlines are calling it destroyed, but reliable reporting sticks to damaged and under repair. Either way, this is a significant escalation and a reminder of how vulnerable forward bases can be in this high-stakes conflict. What do you think? Karg Island, Iran's crown jewel for oil exports. This tiny island in the Persian Gulf handles 90% of Iran's crude shipments. Just in the last day or so, the U.S., under direct orders from President Trump, launched massive airstrikes. Trump himself called it one of the most powerful bombing raids in Middle East history. They hit military targets hard, obliterated radar sites, defenses, everything military. But here's the key. They spared the actual oil terminals for now. Trump made it crystal clear, this was a warning shot. He posted on social media that if Iran keeps messing with the Strait of Hormuz, that narrow choke point where 1/5 of the world's oil flows every single day, then the US will go after Iran's oil infrastructure next. No holding back. And Iran? They're not backing down. In fact, they're doubling down with some of the hottest threats we've heard yet. Iran's Revolutionary Guards, the IRGC, and the new Supreme Leader, Ayatollah Mojtaba Khamenei, are saying loud and clear, if the US or Israel hit any more of our oil fields or energy sites, we will set on fire, destroy, or turn to ashes every US-linked or allied oil and gas facility across the entire Middle East. Saudi Arabia, UAE, Bahrain, Oman, all of them are on the table. They're vowing to close the Strait of Hormuz completely, or at least make it so dangerous that no tanker dares pass. Mines are already being laid. The U.S. Navy just destroyed over a dozen Iranian mine-laying boats to stop it. But traffic is already slowing. Tankers are stranded, and oil prices? They're spiking past $100 a barrel. Some analysts say $200 if it fully shuts down. Think about that, 20% of global oil gone in a flash. Shipping attacks are ramping up too. Explosive boats hitting tankers, strikes on ports like Fujairah in the UAE, fuel tanks burning in Bahrain. Iran even warned civilians near U.S. bases in the Gulf to evacuate because those bases, and anything tied to them, are now legitimate targets. This isn't just talk. Iran's conventional missile arsenal has taken a beating, down to maybe 100 to 200 launchers left, so they're shifting to economic warfare. Hit where it hurts. Energy prices, global supply chains, inflation everywhere. The U.S. is responding by prepping Navy escorts for tankers and deploying more Marines, but the risk of this spiraling into a wider regional, or even global, energy crisis is real. So, is this the moment the war tips into something truly unrestrained? Or can cooler heads pull back from the brink? We're diving into one of the biggest rumors swirling around the ongoing U.S.-Iran conflict. Has the mighty USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier been hit by Iranian attacks? And is it now retreating back to the United States? Let's break it down with the facts as of March 14, 2026. First off, no. The USS Abraham Lincoln has not been hit by any Iranian attack. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC, and their state media have been claiming for weeks that they've slammed the carrier with ballistic missiles, drones, or cruise missiles. They've said it's heavily damaged, non-operational, forced to flee, or even sinking. But here's the reality check from the U.S. side. U.S. Central Command, CENTCOM, and the Pentagon have shut this down hard. They call these claims straight-up propaganda and recycled lies. Their exact words? The Lincoln was not hit. The missiles launched didn't even come close. No damage, no retreat. The carrier is fully operational and still dominating the skies from the sea. Look at the proof. Just in the last few days, March 12th and 13th, 2026, CENTCOM released fresh videos and photos straight from the deck. We're talking nighttime and daytime flight operations. F/A 18 Super Hornets, F-35C Lightning IIs, EA, 18G Growlers taking off and landing like clockwork. These aircraft are launching combat sorties in support of Operation Epic Fury, the US-led campaign hitting Iranian targets. Satellite imagery, fleet trackers from USNI News, and official Navy releases all place the Abraham Lincoln right where it's supposed to be, in the Arabian Sea, Gulf of Oman area, under CENTCOM's watch. And get this, viral videos and images claiming the carrier is damaged or retreating. Most have been debunked as AI-generated fakes, old unrelated footage, or total fabrications. U.S. forces even engaged an approaching Iranian vessel with Hellfire missiles and deck guns recently, but that didn't touch the Lincoln itself. So, is the USS Abraham Lincoln returning home to its San Diego base? Absolutely not, at least not right now. It was redirected from the Indo-Pacific back in January 2026, arrived in the Middle East region late that month, and its deployment has been extended because of this active conflict. No official word from the Navy, CENTCOM, or any credible source about it pulling out or heading west. In fact, the U.S. is surging more assets to the theater. Think additional Marines and ships to keep the pressure on, not to wind down. Iranian and pro-Iran accounts keep pushing the narrative that it's fleeing or damaged, but every piece of verifiable evidence, photos, videos, operational updates, shows the opposite. The Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group is staying in the fight, launching strikes, and projecting power exactly as designed. Bottom line, no hits, no damage, no retreat. The carrier is still out there, fully mission-capable, amid escalating tensions. If anything changes, like an official redeployment announcement, we'll cover it first. But right now, it's business as usual for the Abe.